Good afternoon to you people, Bondo here. We're going to fool around a little bit again today. We're going to get back on that OBS GMC, do a little sand on them fender lips and get a little paint on them, and that thing's just about done. I got a little bit of 400 sandpaper. I rubbed at it a little bit. You can just kind of, you can almost hear it in the sandpaper. It's fairly smooth. The sound on the paper kind of changes. It'll go up a little bit higher. Alright, we got that. Get a little bit of air. I don't have this paper on here too tightly, because I don't want to make, I'm just going to try to fade one into the other. Because I have a tape line, and then I'm going to have a crease. Or you'll see the line in the paint and stuff. And I'd rather not have that. I got a little bit of white. Got a couple different flavors. I do not have GM white. Or whatever this truck came with, but I believe this truck's been painted. So, I don't know what that is. But again, white, it's fairly forgiving. I just want to hold this in place. Let's see, what do you think we should start with? We have a little bit of Ultra Cover paint and primer. It's high gloss. We have some Duplicolor Perfect Match. It's an original Nissan color. Nissan Super White. Or well, looks like we might have another Super White. So yeah, let's hope that one of these are pretty. Oh, we do have another flavor. What do we have here? We have Toyota. So we have 3 different colors of white. So if one doesn't work, maybe we can do, a combination of the 3. All right, it looks like we have 2 of these for the Nissan. So we have more of that. So if we have to change the color a little bit, let's, hope that we have to do that with the one that we don't have as much paint. These cans and stuff, they've been out in the sun a little bit. But you want to shake this junk for, a minute or whatever. Get it all mixed out. We're going to go ahead and run another piece of tape down here on this lip, which 4/0 steel wool or 0000 steel wool, that'll clean any of that kind of junk back off of that. So you don't want to start on the body. We'll see how the can's spraying. Looks like we're going that way. Alright, so throw a little bit of paint on here. I'm just trying to walk it on. And again, I'm going from the bottom up. So I'm trying not to, I'm trying to keep that from getting on the body as much as I can help it. Turn this fan around here to help maybe blow the overspray off of it a little bit. Yeah, it's flying in the breeze. That's all right, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just kind of dusting this stuff in here because I just want it on the truck. I'm not trying to do the finish coat or whatever in the first go. As hot as it is, stuff's almost, drying as it's hitting the body. So we'll let this sit for just a second or two. We'll throw a little bit more on there. And we'll continue to do that with these light coats or whatever till we, basically, I don't know, where we don't see any dark spots and whatnot. I think that's about long enough, right? Again, I'm going along the edge. Get my, work from my edge and work my way back, because that's where the damage was. This guy here, he's a little bit worse. So I put a little spot putty on that. Got me a piece of 220, and then I got this piece of 400. Now I'm just lightly going at this. This 220 has a pretty thick backing on it. I'm trying to get a level surface. If it was big or something like that, I'd use a block. But this thick paper kind of does a pretty good job. With a little tap, I'm cleaning my sandpaper out. Doing this kind of stuff, you don't really want to sand at the spot. You want to kind of, concentrate on the edges and, work your way in. Because even if you're doing backyard body work, it can still look all right. If my hands were pretty sweaty, I wouldn't be touching it. But I'm not sweaty yet. This red stuff that I'm using, this is glazing and spot putty. This is Napa brand from 1980 maybe. Again, I got it in an auction box. It's still soft. Now I don't know what really makes this stuff. It kind of seems like clay to me. But it sands pretty easy. I think the newer stuff sands easier than this. So maybe that makes this better stuff. I'm not really sure. Yeah, just going at these edges. In fact, you guys may as well listen to a tune, right?
Ah, yes, there you are. I thought I lost you for a second there. There's a big pile of refrigerators over there. Oh, and don't forget your sunscreen. I heard it'll be brutal today.
And I don't know if you can see, but we definitely have a tape line. And you can see these two colors of white are not the same. So I'm gonna try to do a little blend. This is the ultimate high gloss, just high gloss white. Maybe it's more a normal white. We better tape this guy off of here. This white just gets on everything. You know, unless something's supposed to be white, then it don't look right. All right. See what we got. Oh, we still got a little line there too. We just want to make this transition as smooth as we can. Throw a little air at it. Knock any loose crap off. We've got a little bit of spot right there. We're gonna have to. We got Toyota. It's Toyota any closer. Looks a little sparkly in there. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, there we go. There's some white. Just kind of. Oh, we're gonna spray this, you know, as we cover the lens on the camera, because that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Huh? We're gonna move our doing foot you downwind or upwind. Throw a little on there. So chances are, if we got a tape line, we had it up there. We probably have another one right here. Yeah, there it is. In all her glory. Go ahead and leave this down here for a minute. Get our 400 paper. Should get all the junk off of it. The line, you know, kind of disappears as you go. And you know, at the edges, there wasn't really that much paint there. I put, you know, 3 coats of paint on, but that's just with the can. And it seems like, you know, when you get it out of a can, it takes the job. Get any loose crap off there. And I don't want to, you know, start at any one particular point. Well, I don't want to turn that white though. But then I don't want another tape line, so I'm not going to go down that far. Start an inch below. Just kind of, you know, work it in. because I don't want to put paint any more than where it has to be. Just trying to get get it worked in as good as I can. All right, I think we're cool with that. And we had some clear that we put on the wheels. We're gonna throw a little bit of that on our fenders. So I just did that. Go back to this back one. I'll put it on this one first. I can see we should do a little bit of that. A little blendy blend at the ends. It's good that's all I have to do with this because I don't have very much of this. Just start below. Well, you know, I don't know what you can see in the camera, but it actually looks all right. At the beginning of this one should have flashed here. Now it looks like I can still throw a little bit more white in the fender well. That there. Take a little bit of our clear, and this stuff goes on, pretty quick. It doesn't take a whole lot of that. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this guy. I will leave that on there. This is one of the same two pieces of paper that I've used so far. I could use a bunch more of it, but why would I? Again, I'm going to start at the outside edge of it. Start at the inside. Because again, get that. I'm going to turn around and go back along the edge. You know, everybody does this kind of junk different. Figure out your own speed. And the key to this stuff, in your finished coat of paint, get your line of sight to where you can see the wet edge. And if you can stop this stuff, work it into where you have a break one way or the other, then the break itself will help conceal, the difference. Yeah, and that's actually a little bit brighter. So, since it's a little bit brighter, we'll go back where we see it at. Throw a little bit of that back in there. So yeah, unless something weird happens with that, I'm good with that fender. Now we'll have a little go with the clear with this one. I'll take my tape off here. Looks like I should throw a little bit more white right there. You know, so I just got a little bit of white on this little support rod. It's easy enough to fix. Get this guy on here, and then I'll probably take a little break because I'm sure the stupid camera's probably getting hot. Just start down a low point. I like to work on the edges.
He stopped, turned, and stood opposite me.
And turn it around.
And then he
As you start spraying, try to find your glossy line.
pretty disappointing, really. Watching this actress on TV, the film was not great, but she's sexy. Her hair was tied back in a ponytail, then she sits down and I just not Satan, just the gorgeous long hair. Only in my dreams she would glance at me, even give me that time of day. Only in my dreams she would smile at me, she's probably miserable in real life. Only in my dreams she would glance at me, even give me that time of day. Only in my dreams she would smile at me, she's probably a bitch in real life. It's right, that's not very nice calling a lady a bitch. You could be categorised as a misogynist for saying that nowadays. Get back on that joystick, you lazy bum. Then go to the park and flush.
Yeah. That's looking pretty decent if I do say so myself. And we got this little daddy here. I totally forgot about him. So yeah, we'll get our sand in here locked up. We'll go ahead and use electricity here. It's easier. See if that'll get him knocked out for us. And we're back down here at this little corner. Put a little bit more stuff in there. A little bit of that spot putty. Gonna get him sanded in there. So anyways, hope you guys are still doing good. On to the next tune. Alright, we got that knocked out. I'm gonna put another little bit more primer on there. Just to make sure we got enough on there. And I want to set this camera back in the shade. Yeah, I don't see any lines really. And of course, you know, I get my piece of paper and put back on there while that dries. And yeah, I'll be back in just a minute. I'll get this out of the sun. Alright guys, I went over this with little 400. Throw a little color at this one. Looks like this piece of paper already came loose. We'll get him strapped on there. Oh, there we go. This should get us where we want to go. We're using a Toyota this time. See if that's a little more wide again. Let's start here at the bottom. Oh. Doesn't really look very white. We'll go back to the Nissan. There wasn't any cap on that. Looks like we're finishing up this can. It's probably going to splotch, so use it up here if it does do something funky. It won't be where it's going to make that big a difference to us. You come along and grab some of your edge. I'm just trying to work the paint on it. Again, now I'm going up. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that can. Because it will start shooting and blobbing and all that kind of stuff. And we're not at that point in our lives where that's something that we really want to fool with, is it? Get that guy. Just work the stuff as we go. One thing I like about painting outside, little stuff like this, is if you stay downwind, upwind of the breeze or whatever, the fumes and stuff aren't all that bad. I don't know what we got going up there, but right here. We're just working rather than trying to paint it. Just kind of working it onto it. And we'll let that sit. Get this thing back in the sun, back to you. And we'll come back over here, give this guy here a little bit of color. Start at the bottom. Now, if you're painting a car, I'd like to start from the roof. But since we're just, kind of doing stuff that goes around the bottom, I'm just going to start at the bottom. You kind of just throw your, follow your paint around the curves and stuff. I mean, if you're kind of careful, get used to having the can in your hand. And I'm not saying I'm by any means good. And since we got a break in the line, I'm going to go ahead and carry this color paint up to that line. Throw a little bit on the inside. Since we're here, this stuff gets rock chips and stuff like that. And a little bit of protection. Come back, give it another light coat. Well, there you go. All right, now we're back on this fender. Throw a little paint on there while my neighbor, who as soon as I came back out here, decided to get on his mower. Plug this air. Anyways, hope you guys are still doing good. Got our Nissan. Yeah, let's start at the edge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mr. Craig Show. Now here's your host, Mr. Craig.
Well, thank you, Bob. Hey, kids, you want to rock and roll? I said, hey, kids, you want to rock and roll? I said, hey, kids, you want to rock and roll?
Yeah,
All right, let's go.
the can's about dead. But I think we got her pretty good. I know down here at the bottom of this door, a little bit down here.
No one's ever been as sad as you. No one's ever been as down as you. Throw your blues into the fury of the sun.
That looks decent. A little wide around the edges.
From the red hot core of the planet to the fire of the
Yeah, that must be some kind of clear or something. Some kind of pearl top coat clear. So that isn't doing much of nothing. Let's see if I can find some more white paint. It's a little bit later in the evening. I've got the truck moved.
A new day on the rise. The rays of dawn will make all things new, including you.
So it pretty much looks like a truck again. So I guess it looked like a truck the whole time. Oh, now there's no exposed rust. I gotta go tomorrow and get another can of paint because I'm still not happy with the way that blended.
From the dark coldness of
But
nothing
anyways,
to an island of your
now I gotta get
own.
along the tailgate.
No one's ever been
This thing for being, I don't know what it is, 90.
on the outside looking in like
I don't know how old it is
throw your
actually.
loneliness into the fury
Anyways,
of the sun.
with that, I think that's at least gonna end the GMC portion of the show.
To the stars.
You guys have had some fun, enjoyed the tunes, and I'll see you on the next go round. Bonsai out.
The rays of dawn will make all things new,